My vision for the future is that exploration is possible for everyone. I don't want to make it so it's just the James Camerons of the world who are able to go out and experience the underwater depths. I wanted to make it so that anyone who is curious, anyone who wants to see something, wants to look a little bit deeper and reach a little bit further, has the tools to do that. A few years ago, where we wanted to explore this underwater cave, and we didn't really have the tools or know how to do it, so we started asking the internet for help, and pretty soon started getting feedback and design ideas for ROV, and it's just gotten out of control from there. We've started getting interest from people all over the world, and now we have these robots that are roaming the seas. Citizen marine biology really is possible, and it's not really marine technology that's driving this. What's driving this is the same technology that's going into our cell phones and smartphones and tablets. All those cameras and sensors are getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and smaller and smaller and smaller. And basically, the OpenROV is a smartphone with a tether and some motors. So that technology is getting so much better, so much faster, so much cheaper. We're just applying it to this objective ocean exploration. And the same kind of things that we're seeing with like Wikipedia, where we're able to contribute and create something far greater than we ever could have alone or with a small company, by being open, by being decentralized and allowing anyone to contribute. We're kind of taking that same model and same attitude to ocean exploration. So the video from the ROV here is of the Aquarius Underwater Reef Base, which is an underwater research laboratory 4 miles off the coast of Key Largo, 60 feet below the surface. NASA uses this research laboratory as an analog for space missions. They train astronauts and aquanauts there, and they invited us along to test our equipment. We got really lucky on this day. This was one of the clearest days that the NASA team had ever seen. It was visibility down to 60, 70 feet. So the images are really exceptionally stunning. And, it just goes to show you that you don't always get to see that deep. Sometimes you actually need the eyes to go a little bit further, and that's what the ROV is for. I think exploration is what humans are about. We've always strived to look around the corner to see a little bit further, and I think we're at this really critical moment where we need to expand the circle of empathy for what we know. I think we all have these cell phones, and we're starting to learn a lot about ourselves. We have sensors, and I think that we need to shift that mirror out to the natural world and really start exploring the basic life support systems of the planet. And I think that the ocean is obviously a huge part of that, and to know so little about it is really kind of a tragedy. It's really an unknown world. I mean, we know 5% of what's in the ocean, and I think having more eyes is really the best way to learn more. James Cameron is my hero. I mean, he's so important and so instrumental in what's happening with ocean exploration, and his latest trip to the bottom of the Marianas Trench was incredible, and it drew so much attention to the oceans. We want to kind of fill in those gaps and say, okay, if this is something you're interested in and excited about, here's an easy first step to get involved. You don't have to have any background with marine science or mechanical engineering. You can join this community of people around the world and participate. I think one of the most important things to make our ROVs and our community results actually important for science, is figuring out a way to standardize the data that we're collecting. We don't have that right now. I mean, to be perfectly honest, this whole thing was an accident. I mean, this whole thing started from Eric and I wanting to explore this underwater cave, and it's just spun out of control from there. We're just now starting to realize the true potential, and I think creating that platform where the data can be shared and stored and disseminated is really the next step. I think that's going to be a really critical aspect to realizing the true potential of the project.